Cool.
How did you get into yo-yoing?
So that's a very good question. So I got into yo-yoing at a young age when I was around 8 or 9 in elementary school. It was kind of like the fad back then in the day. A lot of kids had yo-yos in their hands, and they weren't doing any like crazy yo-yo tricks, but they're just kind of seeing like who can actually throw it the longest sleeper. And I was just hooked after that. And then one of my friends that used the yo-yo, I'm just like, where'd you get that? And he's like, A to Z Science and Learning Store. It's a toy store that I live nearby. So I went there, and I happened to go on a day where they had yo-yo classes there. So that was awesome. And then I just got hooked ever since then because I started going to the yo-yo classes and just kept on going. So that's how I got started.
How long have you been yo-yoing for?
I've been yo-yoing for about since 1999, so over 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Long time.
What is your hardest yo-yo trick?
I will say my hardest yo-yo trick, like growing up, for sure, it's the shoot the moon yo-yo trick, because I don't know if you know what that is. It's with a responsive yo-yo. This is an unresponsive yo-yo, but I'll try to do it anyways. But with the responsive yo-yo, it was very hard because it's up in the air, it's scary. So I had to use a bicycle helmet to protect my head because I kept on hitting my head. So I don't know if I can do it with this, but I'll try. So it's like,
oh wow.
You can do that cut. Cut that out.
Oh, you're actually
That
good.
one. Yep.
Wow.
Thank you.
What is the hardest yo-yo trick to learn?
Shoot the moon. Also, surprisingly, boing boing. So boing boing is that was one of my favorite tricks. Still one of my favorite tricks.
Yeah.
But it's easy to get into. But a lot of people struggle with the technique because this is what it looks like. But a lot of people, including myself, when I started doing it, they're just going like this, which is yep. Oh yeah. So you kind of start off by doing that, and then it's really the rhythm and timing. And this took me like 2 or 3 months to finally click. Because I was doing this for the longest time, like, oh yeah, I'm doing it, but it doesn't look quite right compared to like this. So it's all about the rhythm and timing though, but even though it's a simple trick to get into, that took me like months and months to learn, so.
Cool. And what is your favorite yo-yo and why?
Probably, I have 2 of them. One of them is the Yo-Yo Factory times Yo-Yo Expert Uppercut. This actually came in the mystery box in 2021.
Oh yeah, your yo-yo.
And it's my signature yo-yo. So it makes sense, that's my favorite. But seriously, it's one of my favorites though, for sure. I like the shape. The shape's actually designed off of an older model that I used to like called the Too Hot. So this is like the upgraded version. And then, I don't know if I have it with me, but the other one is the bimetal yo-yo called the KO, so the knockout.
Oh yeah,
so.
the KO.
Yep, so those are my 2 favorites.
And what is the hardest part about competing?
Ooh, well, it's been a while, but the hardest part about competing is probably just the prep, just trying to get ready for the contest in general. So, it's about putting in a lot of time and effort, and also just like settling your nerves, because obviously it's like you can practice for the longest time, but once you get on stage, it could just go, you can go blank, you can just forget what you're doing. So my goal is always just to remember at least the first trick, and that's it. If anything fails, that's fine. Just don't fail. Don't mess up your first trick, or don't forget about it. And I also wash my hands before I go on stage because my hands start getting sweaty. So.
And do you have any advice for someone my age who wants to start competing?
Yeah. So it's when you're kind of on the younger side and you're kind of brand new into yo-yoing. It's more about just getting yourself involved and like going to competitions like these, watching a lot of videos, and soaking it all in. So, because the first couple of years, you're basically building up your style. You're building up your tricks that you need to learn, like building blocks, like the basics. Once you get that, then you can kind of start exploring other tricks. It makes it a lot easier to learn other moves. And it's exciting because, like, especially, when you go to events like the National Yo-Yo Contest, you can just go up to someone and be like, hey, can you show me this trick or something? And everyone's really friendly, and they can show you that in real life, and then it's an awesome experience. So just take it all in.
I have one more question.
Yeah.
Are you going to be competing?
Not this year. The last few years I've been judging, actually, and I am running the DNA challenge on Sunday, so those are my focuses along with running the Yo-Yo Expert booth. So.
The only way I do the DNA is if my brother helps me in it.
Yeah, there's a lot of different techniques. So for a yo-yo that doesn't have a finger spin groove, a lot of people they don't know this technique, but it's the 2-finger technique because if you just do it with 1 finger, it's gonna wobble and it's hard to do like the DNA and stuff. But if you do the 2-finger technique, it keeps it stable and you're able to do it. So.
You try 2 fingers?
I'm trying.
Yeah, see, look at that. Oh. Hey, there we go.